Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 31 Days of Horror. I am your host, Mood616, and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Alrighty, guys. 31 Days of Horror Volume 9, Day 22, coming at you live and direct. Alrighty, so for Day 22, we are going to take a trip over to Italy, and with a film from 1972. Now, when we did the top 10 of 1972 on the show, on the podcast, yeah, this one we couldn't find, and I think it was because there was like no good prints. It was just very kind of obscure at the time and stuff. And it's a film that I've been wanting to see. We actually had it on a list to watch, but couldn't find it because it's starring like one of my all-time favorite Italian actresses, and Rosalba Neri, and yeah, she's right up there with Edwidge Fenech for me, man. Like one of the most beautiful women ever to grace the silver screen, man. I absolutely love her. Yeah, so the film in question here is from 1972, and it is called The Devil's Lovers, released by Severin Films. This was part of the Danse Macabre Volume 2 set, I believe. Yeah, this is in Volume 2 set. And yeah, it even says it was like previously available only in an edited versions and poor quality transfers, remains one of the most obscure and bizarre Italian Gothics of the 70s. Yeah, so Rosalba Neri, man, like, oh, dude, she was in like Lady Frankenstein, of course, the Room, the Girl in Room 2A. She was in Top Sensation, Slaughter Hotel, shit, man, what else? Amok, Smile Before Death. I know she worked with Franco a couple times. She's in Marquis de Sade film. I believe that she was in The Castle Fu Manchu. Fucking just so many movies, man. The French Sex Murders, The Devil's Wedding Night, which is actually kind of ironic because that's kind of what this one is a little bit about. But anyways, you get the picture. Rosalba Neri, man, just absolutely beautiful. So getting into the plot of this, or the synopsis of this one, basically this follows our three main characters, Rosalba Neri being one of them. It's taken place in modern times, and they show up at this castle where they have heard that the devil resides, and basically they want to disprove that the devil either lives there or owns this castle and stuff like that. So they go into this castle, and yeah, one thing leads to another. She ends up like kind of passing out. Rosalba Neri's character, she ends up passing out, and it goes into like this dream world, and like the whole movie basically takes place like in the past. So it goes from the present into the past, and it tells this story about her in the past and stuff like that. And yeah, so I'll just leave the synopsis right there. So my thoughts on this film. Now, I was totally under the impression that this movie was going to be set in a castle, going to have a gothic, a gothic setting and stuff like that. It starts out like that. You know, we got three beautiful women that go into this castle, and then all of a sudden it's like, you get 5 minutes of that. She falls asleep, and then it goes into this like dream world, and it tells this whole story basically about Neri's character, that she basically steals this guy from her friend, and she's getting married to this dude and stuff like that. And now this girl actually wants to like kill her and stuff. So what happens is she's getting ready for her wedding, and basically this dude, like in this red hoodie, looks through the window and sees her. Now it's like the whole folklore of if you're seen in your wedding dress and stuff like that, it's not good. It's like could be stuff to do with the devil and stuff like that. So anyways, so basically it turns out, of course, it is the fucking devil that saw her and stuff like that. So she becomes like super entranced, and he wants her to kill her husband so she can be with him. And it's basically kind of going through the motions of this entire story and all these different subplots of like this girl wanted to kill her, and the devil trying to get Neri's character, and a whole pile of the other weird shit that's happening. But the interesting thing is, like, it's not a gothic setting. This one takes place pretty much all in a day. It's like a period costume piece, basically drama. It does have like some sleaziness and exploitative like elements to the movie and stuff like that, but it's just like a costume drama. Yeah, and it's really not exciting. This is a really bland, non-exciting script to the film. Like, there's a bunch of shit that's going on in this film. You're just kind of, I feel like the whole time you're waiting for something to happen, and it just never happens within the film. There's this one really weird scene where these two girls get called, basically entrapped by this witch, and like it's this whole thing where these two girls have to be, they're virgins, and I'm not going to explain the whole damn thing away. Anyways, this witch kind of sets them up, and anyways, they get caught in this like they kind of get abducted into this like sex orgy thing, and it's like this huge weird sex orgy, and it really doesn't even add a thing to the film. It's like super bizarre that this whole sequence even happens. Oh man, it's just so fucking weird, man. Like all the elements in this movie are just so blah. It's such a bland film. I was like so disappointed with this because I was looking forward to checking this out, and really like I feel like the only reason to watch this film is for Rosalba Neri, because she's absolutely stunning and beautiful in the film. But like even when she becomes like all catatonic and stuff after like the curse is put on her because the devil saw her in her wedding dress, her performance is kind of subdued because, you know, she's very catatonic and she's kind of out of it. Like she's catatonic basically through her whole wedding and her whole like the wedding dinner and stuff like that, and there's like all these other weird things are happening. But yeah, this is not really a gothic thriller, gothic horror film whatsoever. You get 5 minutes in the beginning and you get about 5 minutes at the end. It's literally, the whole movie feels like a dream, but when you're watching it, it actually fucking feels like that because you're just like, I want to wake up from this shit, man. There's gotta be something else going on here. Like there's really no kills, there's no like there's no, like I said, there's a little bit of exploitation, a little bit of sleaze going in there, but it's shit. The storytelling is so utterly bland. Like you don't care about anything that's going on. Like all the girls, like all of her friends and stuff, and the one that's trying to kill her and stuff. I feel like there's so many loose ends that are happening also in this, and it's just like, what the fuck am I watching here? This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I don't really know much about the director, to be honest. I looked him up. I didn't recognize him. I'm very familiar with Italian cinema, as you guys probably know. I've seen a ton of Italian cinema. Don't know not much about this guy. In fact, most of the cast is not really that familiar to me. I mean, there's a few people that are kind of recognizable. Actually, Dick Randall actually produced this movie. So obviously Dick Randall did one of my favorite films of all time, In Pieces. But yeah, I mean, really, it's so utterly bland. Like even the music is so... Oh man, I don't know how this can be described as a gothic film because that has got to be the most misleading thing in the world. Like I said, there's a little bit of sleaziness. There's that huge, weird, fucking witch-induced orgy scene. It's totally exploitive. But you do get to see Neri kind of naked. It's more like, it's kind of funny actually because the way they shoot it, it's almost like, did we get the uncut version here? Because it feels very PG. We get kind of her backside, you get like a side nipple and stuff, and I'm like, okay. I mean, we've seen Neri before naked in films, but otherwise it's like, I don't really know what to say. This is honestly, into day 22, this is the first film I'm totally not going to recommend. I personally did enjoy it. Some people might enjoy this one, but I mean, I've seen a million of these type of 60s and 70s, you know, gothic Italian films and stuff, and this one just has no really good elements. Like, I mean, honestly, the story is so bland. It's so boring at times. And I hate using that adjective. I really don't like to use the word boring, but I was watching this going, really, am I going to get something out of this? I mean, yeah. I mean, there's some atrocious acts that are committed, but it's nothing bloody. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing that's going to make you go, oh, god damn, that's worth the watch right there. So pretty much the whole thing is pretty disappointing from the fact that it's not actually gothic. It's a pretty bland costume wardrobe period piece, which I really enjoy. I like those type of movies, but this one just had no heart. It had no soul to it. It was weird. The whole time I watched this going, I can't fucking believe that I'm actually going to be talking about this because like I really don't have a lot to say, and I don't like shitting on films either. I will say it's a great release from Severin though, because it fucking does look really good. Like I said, I'd never seen it before, and if it was only in edited versions, I'm assuming that what was edited out of this film was that really bizarre freaking like, oh man, it's like Wizard of Oz induced strange fucking orgy scene. It's just so weird. It's such a weird scene. Kind of comes out of left field, like really, but yeah, anyways, The Devil's Lover, I'm gonna still give it a 5 out of 10. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not actually atrocious. Like I said, there's some decent elements to it. It's just overly disappointing. It really is. You know, I mean, even the cinematography isn't great. There's just nothing to work with here script-wise. So let me know if you guys have seen this one down below. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts, because it's not very often that, you know, I check out an Italian film where I'm just completely, like not fully appalled by it, but I mean, it's definitely watchable. It's totally 100% watchable, but I will warn you, it's kind of snooze-inducing. It really is. So, But I'm still gonna give it a 5 because Rizal Baniri is like absolutely phenomenally beautiful in the film, and she does her best of what she has to work with and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, if you want to go check out some shit, man, The Girl in Room 2A is a really good one, but not that one. It's actually funny too because I've watched the majority of the films and like all the Danzy Macabre sets, and that's by far the worst one I've watched. So actually, no, there's another one that was pretty bad too. But anyways. Enough of that, guys. That's going to conclude day 22. I'll be back in day 23. What am I doing tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts down below. And as per usual, check you tomorrow.